Hello guys, it's nice to see you. Not only my publisher Kingsley, but also several readers have asked me if I would make videos reading out chapters from my debut novel, Moment of Faith. And who am I to say no? So, of course I will do that. I think I'll do a couple of them. And just a disclaimer, I will only do one take of each video because I'm lazy when it comes to production, and so whatever little glitches or if I stumble over words, you're just gonna have to bear with me. Learn to love it. So, okay, we're gonna dive in at chapter 2. It's very early on in the book. And this is the first time that Søren Kierkegaard meets the woman who is to become the love of his life and also the curse of his life. And it goes something like this. Chapter 2. Copenhagen, 1839. What he had expected to become an insignificant evening of 1837, prior to his arrival, turned out entirely different from the moment he laid eyes on her. He was visiting his good friend Rørdam at his residence in Frederiksberg, already a posh, mundane suburb of Copenhagen. Prior to his arrival, the object of his visit had been Rørdam's charming sister, Bolette. Yet his soul found new meaning the moment he caught a glimpse of Bolette's friend, a 15-year-old flawless mirage of innocence. As their eyes met, he recognized a passion that was to become the sustenance of his entire existence, but also his endless tormentor. There she stood, in the grand parlor, immersed in a heavy smell of cigars and cognac, mixed with the dense scent of wool and a hint of mold from the thick rugs partly covering the hardwood floors. She was so overwhelmingly captivating as she stood there in the middle of the room, in her modest black dress, delicate white lace ruffled along the edges of her collar, creating a silk necklace around her slender neck which no man had yet caressed. Long, dark curls framed her big, brown, doe-like eyes. This undefinable creature he would spend his eternity attempting to define. Instantly, his life had meaning, purpose, a life which to that day had been dominated by a tumultuous childhood and youth, despite financial stability and the protective hand of the church, always keeping him a firm grip. Much too firm. 1839. The immediate infatuation had grown into a passion of such a caliber only comparable to the most celebrated of romances. In his late 20s, he was already well known in the upper-class society of Copenhagen for his oratory skills, but the written word was his true gift, the only place he felt utterly safe and where he could feel the onset of his true self was within the confines of his four walls in Nørregade, sitting at his Davenport desk with the pen in his hand, scribbling away impatiently and decisively. Since he had met this beautiful creature, his life always had a sense of purpose. Regardless how much he had on his mind, he always had a lot on his mind, whether it were thoughts on his ambiguous and tormented relationship with faith, not easily accessible philosophical ponderings on Socrates and irony, or just the ever-present love. The pen now wrote to one person only, the person whom he would later refer to as this singular one, the one and only, this unique creature whom it had taken nothing but a moment to capture his heart and become his entire world. For 2 years, his love for her had consumed him, nourished him, and contorted him. This love had been his source of inspiration, nurturing his talent to grow to a level that would humble even the grandest of romantic titans. Copenhagen, 1839. To Miss Regina. Thou mistress of my heart, hidden in the secret of my chest, in the fullest of life's thought, there where it is equally far from heaven to hell, unknown divinity. Oh, can I truly believe the stories of the poets, that one, after the first glance of the beloved object, can believe to have seen her long before, that all love, like all cognition, is reminiscence, that even love to the singular individual has its prophecies, its types, its myths, and its Old Testament. Everywhere, in every girl's face, I see a feature of your beauty, but I seem to require all girls to extract yours from their combined beauty. Thus I would sail around the world to find the continent I miss, which the deepest secret of my entire being dialectically implies, and in the next moment you are ever so near, so present, so potently expanding my spirit that I am transfigured to a feeling that to be here is good. Thou blind God of love, you who sees in secret, will you grant me? Shall I find what I seek here in this world? Shall I experience the conclusion of all my life's eccentric premises? Shall I embrace you in my arms? Or does the commandment go on? Have you journeyed ahead? You, my longing, do you wave to me from another world? Oh, I would cast off everything to be light enough to follow you. Seldom had a declaration of love been composed with such poetic excellence and finesse. This was far from a fictitious narrative about two lovers in picturesque Verona. This was an all-encompassing, desire-driven, fatal reality. It would be yet another year from these immortal words were written before he would place the hat on his head, the stick by his side, and set out for Børskade 66, before he would defy the sensation of his father's condemning frown and the shadow of the cross weighing him down. It would be yet another year before he would ask for the hand of the love of his life, his singular one. To be continued.